I have a thing for you to hear about.
Okay, hopefully it's better than the things that I've talked about so far.
I suppose that might be a bit subjective, but if you could put me full, I want to show you something lovely. All right, so this is The Conversation. I just want to point out academic rigor, but journalistic flair. So we're gonna be in for a good treat here, right? Headline: Morality pills may be the U.S.'s best shot at ending the coronavirus pandemic, according to one ethicist. I'm on a Dr. Ethicist kick lately. So they go on to say that COVID-19 is a collective risk. It threatens I'll just read the first bit and then cut down to the chase. So it's quite a long read. I say long. I have a short attention span is what it is. Oh no, don't be sad, Patrick. You'll get a pill soon. That'll take care of that. It's a brave new world indeed.
No, I've seen this article. I know what's coming.
Oh, excellent. Not excellent.
Go ahead.
It's going to go in your right hand or your forehead. I don't know. COVID-19 is a collective risk. It threatens everyone, and we all must cooperate to lower the chance that coronavirus harms any one individual. Among other things, that means keeping safe social distances and wearing masks, but many people choose not to do these things, making spread of infection more likely. When some people choose not to follow public health guidelines, they're defecting from the public good. It's the moral equivalent of the tragedy of the commons. Hot diggity damn, we have made the appeal to the tragedy of the commons. Okay, if everyone shares the same pasture for their individual flocks, some people are going to graze their animals longer, or let them eat more than their fair share, ruining the commons in the process. Selfish and self-defeating behavior undermines the pursuit of something from which everyone can benefit. So they go on and they talk about basically enforceable rules, mandating things like mask wearing and social distancing. You know, it might work, but his research in bioethics, focuses on questions on how to induce those who aren't cooperative, like people that don't want to get on board with doing what the government tells them. I don't know, best for the public good. I think that's just code for what the government tells them. To me, it seems like the problem of coronavirus, right? But he goes on to say, promoting cooperation with moral enhancement, specifically oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, the chemical that, among other things, can induce labor or increase the bond between mother and child, may cause a person to be more empathetic, altruistic, giving, generous. And he goes on to talk about magic mushrooms as another thing. But basically the idea of mandating a moral enhancer, and I found this to be quite a fascinating thing. He goes on to say, the scenario in which government forces an immunity booster upon everyone is plausible. Bear in mind, this is an ethicist. And the military has been forcing...
I felt the air quotes generating so much air that I felt it over here at my house.
The military has been forcing enhancements like vaccines or uppers upon soldiers for a long time. The scenario in which the government forces a morality booster upon everyone is far-fetched, but a strategy like this, one could be a way out of this pandemic, a future outbreak, or the suffering associated with climate change. That's why we should be thinking of it now. So all that to say, I think anybody who has the word ethics in their job description should not be believed. The whole idea of basically, I disagree with what you are doing, so I'm going to inject or have you ingest or otherwise modify your behavior against what you want to do is just stone cold evil, baby. That's just stone cold evil. I don't have a beautiful soliloquy or even a syllogism to try to prove that, but I'm not going to make you do something that I want you to do, and I'd ask for the same respect in return. I think that's pretty simple. That's the story I wanted to share.
Associate Professor of Medical Ethics, Humanities, and Law. Completed a PhD in philosophy, and somehow thinks it's okay to put drugs in the water supply to make them more compliant to the controls that he thinks they should be under. It is.
Also notice...
Go ahead.
The pill is black and yellow. He's taken our colors.
Son of a bitch. Use that every once in a while. So another, when I saw that article on this conversation website, which has a lot of articles written by a lot of people with papers that say they're qualified for various things, there is a lot of garbage on here. Lots and lots and lots. And this was another one that I saw when I went looking around to see what else the site was about. And this is a post saying, complaining. This is by a professor emeritus of government at Wesleyan University, John E. Finn. He is really upset that people are using, that pesky Bill of Rights thing that says that they're supposed to have a freedom of religion to get out of wearing masks. And he takes down their claims that masks interfere with praying. And then he makes this disgusting statist argument called compelling state interest, which should justify the government just tyrannizing the hell out of you. Which test a court will use thus depends on whether the claim is that a mask mandate violates the First Amendment to the federal Constitution or that it violates a state constitutional guarantee of religious freedom. The lawsuit filed by Reverend Tillis. Oh! I didn't... It was a surprise, Gandalf. I accidentally hit the button.
Fitting.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been going a while. Anyway, these people are just outright calling for tyranny, and they think they're the good guys. And that's how tyrants always work. Everywhere. Even ones in Japan, even ones in America. It's just they always think they're the good guys.